It's the Pacers, and they're doing business on the road. It's an interconference NBA matchup. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the Pacers, and they're doing business on the road. It's an interconference NBA matchup. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the Pacers, and they're doing business on the road. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the Pacers, and they're doing business on the road. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the Pacers, and they're doing business on the road.
Well, when he came out of college, the one thing you knew with Kenneth Faried is he was going to give you a lot of hustle. Great rebounder at Morehead State, and he brought that into the league with him. He attacks the ball, he attacks the glass, plays hard on every possession.
That's just the kind of player he is. It's in his nature. He can't help but hustle after missed shots, and he's willing to battle for rebounds and loose balls with anybody. There's no backing down with Faried. And a one-game homestand for Denver as the Nuggets will try to recharge their batteries on their home court. They're faced now with what is probably the easiest part of their schedule. They've got a lot of home games on the docket, but they can't take anything, guys, for granted.
I think for Denver, they've lived up to what was expected of them more or less, I think. But some of their fans probably had a little more in mind.
Well, fans always have more in mind, Clark. I mean, everybody wants their team to win it all. But I think this team has performed admirably to this point. They've been rock solid, and we'll see if they can maybe make a push heading into the playoffs.
Gordon goes in. There's the steal. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. George has got the ball. West passes to D. West a screen on Gordon. Outside Hill. There's the dish to George. It's back to Hill. 6 to shoot. George.
And, you know, you talk about Frank Vogel, guys, and the Pacers. It seemed he won over his roster from the moment he took over. He placed a lot of confidence and trust in his players, and most importantly, brought a breath of positivity and positive energy to that locker room and to that team.
This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the Duke continues to clear out like that and give up easy.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over there.
Well, you know what, come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up. I mean, he threw it down with force.
And back to Vogel, he really helped instill the identity of this Pacers team of toughness and defense, and Steve, that willingness to battle.
Yeah, it's a perfect fit with their personnel. The way he motivates this team to defend and play with that edge. I just love this group, the Pacers team, the talent, along with Frank Vogel. Just a really nice fit.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, Brian Shaw gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. They'll be up against one of the true giants of the league in Roy Hibbert, and he talked about how impressed he is with Hibbert's dedication to improving his game, saying he's gotten better year after year, and now is one of the guys you have to account for really at both ends of the floor. Defensively, you've got to get low and try to root him out of the paint, and then on offense, we'll probably look to put him in pick and rolls to test his mobility. Seems like a smart strategy, guys. We'll see how they do.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. D. Excellent D there from Kenneth Faried.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Chandler attacking. Faried outside. Chandler against Hill. Passing from outside. It's stolen by Hill. D passes to George. Sweet little floater.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one. Well, for J.J. Hickson, I mean, he is a phenomenal rebounder guy. Strong, explosive, has the right disposition of aggressiveness. All of that makes him a pretty dangerous finisher around the rim as well.
Indiana moving the ball away. George passes to D. Back to George. Kicks it to Hill. Here's the three. Good. Hill's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the three as well as they can take the three.
And Hickson has to play center a lot last season, but at 6'9", you've got to think power forward is a better position for him, wouldn't you think, Steve, long term?
Well, yeah, I think offensively he was able to score at a higher clip playing center because he was too quick for the guys guarding him. But defensively, he's not a rim protector. And so I think long term, if you're going to win, you have to play him at the 4 spot.
Here's Hibbert following the basket by Ben Gordon. Great D that time from Hickson. Gordon kicks to Fareed. Soft touch off the glass. Fareed's got his first 2 points of the night.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Trailblazers.
Yeah, you want to talk about a team that just couldn't get into a rhythm offensively. That was a really ugly game for them.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder about the game plan, but really, it was more about a lack of execution than anything else.
No good from D. The Nuggets leading by 4. Back to Lawson. And there's the feed to Gordon. Back to Lawson. Clock at 6. Releases. They get it again. Out to Chandler. They double him with George. Back to Chandler. Now the pass to Lawson. Out to Chandler. Launches a 3. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Lawson's got 3 assists tonight.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Hill kicks to Hibbert. George passes to D. Chandler on him. Feeds it to Hibbert. That one's off. Still out of sync. Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to the Kings in Sacramento.
Kevin, that game defensively was an absolute nightmare. They went into that building and just got blown out by a very hot team.
Well, they didn't defend those shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started rocking and thumping and bumping, things only got worse.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Hibbert. And it's Granger in for David West. Now here's Scola. Here's D. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And why don't we quickly go to the 2K leaderboard and find out which shooting guards have been the hottest at the free throw line this season. Ben Gordon on top.
Well, one of the benefits of being such a great foul shooter is that it enables him to be even more aggressive than he normally would be offensively.
Yeah, it certainly does. I mean, it causes defenders to give him more room than maybe they would otherwise.
The Nuggets leading by 5. Offside Lawson. Pass to Hickson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Lawson. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Denver.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
Well, if they can match that effort at the defensive end, look out.
Now here is Hill. 9 points last game out. Back to Granger. 3-pointer. Gets it to go.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
Paul George with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. He shoots again. Tries yet again. The kick out to Stoke. He passes to D. Back to Scola. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Now just a 3-point Nugget lead. Outside Gordon. Back to Lawson. Lawson gets the screen from Hickson. He kicks it to Chandler. Lawson outside. Another 3 for Denver.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You've got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
And the Pacers with possession here. 6-point game. Here's D. The shot no good. Excellent D there from Hickson.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.
A good one from Chandler. Again, the Nuggets score.
Let's check out the story on J.J. Hickson. He's been having a nice year. 5th in field goal percentage. And, of course, he's in the top 15 in rebounding, so a very strong presence in the paint.
And you go back.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
Knocking down the open shots and really getting a nice flow to their game.
And so in the game for the Pacers. George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2. Down low, Reston Hibbert, and it's D in at the 3 spot. Here's Lawson. No luck, and Indiana will go the other way with it. And going against Denver, their first meeting of the season.
And I think they're probably still smarting from what happened a year ago when they were swept in the season series, losing both matchups.
They set the screen. Shot clock at 6. D passes to West, and that one's good.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Kenneth Fareed, he's checked in for Denver. Steve, talking about the sweep of last year, you have to expect that will be a motivating factor for him today, Clark. Going winless against any opponent is not something they're used to.
Well, no matter what, this is a matchup I really look forward to and enjoy, Kevin. Two of the league's best teams going at it, and you never know, partner. It could be a preview of this season's NBA Finals.
Wow, that's a big prediction.
Well, I make big predictions.
Look at Steve. You do. Don't you agree? Come on. You do. The pass to D. Indiana needs to get a shot off. George, that's a 2-pointer. Here's Hibbert, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Hibbert's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, something special about him, guys, is just how good he is at winning the so-called second shot game, going hard to the offensive glass, salvaging points with his putbacks.
And something else he does that might not wind up in the stat sheet, but is still a big part of his game, his leadership defensively. Collectively, they're a much better team when he's on the floor.
Here's Lawson. Brown. D passes to Hill, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Hill's got his second bucket tonight. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Pacers.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Yes, gentlemen, D in their last game against the Kings played some outstanding basketball. He finished with 30 points and was a major factor on defense, turning away several shot attempts. It was a matchup that he took over, and he seemed to be able to do whatever he wanted out there. We'll see if he can sustain it, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified, Clark.
Well, I know this opponent should be terrified because there's a good chance the momentum he gathered that night carries right over into this game.
Well, some of it will carry over. That's inevitable. It's just a matter of how much.
And it's sent back by George. Indiana leading. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game. In the next game, it'll be played in Los Angeles. And that's the final game of this 5-game road run for the team.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
Lawson dishes to Chandler. He feeds it to Hill. Finished off the break. Now it's a 5-point Indiana lead.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
And Indiana making a change here. Skola's checked in. Outside Gordon. Left side Gordon. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Gordon's got his third bucket of the night. Indiana leading by 3.
You know, a lot has been said about the Pacers and their defense, but in addition to them being great with their positioning and skill, they're one of the toughest and most rugged teams to deal with, both mentally and physically. They really pride themselves on playing smash-mouth basketball, and don't hesitate to get into your airspace and get in your face.
Lawson kicks to Gordon. Pass to Chandler. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. They get Luis Scola. And Clark, back to what you said, the Pacers did get in a few games last year where Randolph, a screen on Hibbert. Robinson goes in. West with the steal. Here's D, and that's good for 2. And guys, pretty interesting comments he had after their last game.
Yeah, I don't think moral victories are really very prevalent in the NBA, but I do like it when a guy's honest enough to say, hey, look, we can pull something out of this. You know, we can use this loss to motivate us. We can get better by watching the tape and seeing the things we did wrong. So I like the comments, and I think he's right. I think that learning from that loss can help them win next time out.
Good. Randolph's got 5 now.
Tell you what, despite that hot start from long range, they've really gotten away from the three-point shot now.
And I know that's sacrilegious to you, Steve. I mean, being a shooter and all in your pass, you figure you should be firing away from out there at all times. But the mid-range game and in-between games served me quite well. But that hasn't been the best meal ticket for them here in the second half. You got to go with what you do best.
Robinson kicks to Mozgov. Miller. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. No good from Hamilton. .107 left in the first half. Watson with it. Averaging 6 points per contest. 6 on the shot clock. With the teardrop. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Now it's a 7-point Indiana lead.
They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
Hamilton left side. Hamilton can't get that one to fall.
And poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Here's D. Lays it up and banks it in. D's got 12 points in the game.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Now Robinson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Hamilton can't get that one to fall. He gets it up. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so that's the end of the first half. Pacers lead by 9. Folks, stay tuned for the halftime.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
The weekend is in full.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. Really an incredible game so far from D.
Yeah, what a remarkable half, the way he attacked the rim and scored in the paint. Defenders, they were trying to slow him down any way possible, but he still got through.
Easier said than done when he's the penetrator. His speed and agility make him extremely hard to defend.
They've got Kenneth Fareed. Watson out there with Ben Gordon. Then it's Wilson Chandler. And it's Hickson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets.
He sniffed out that board and then powered it back in.
Pure Mike Clark, so strong going back up with that one.
That's exactly what he's capable of, guys. So strong.
He dishes it to West. Unloads from 13. That's good on the jump shot. West has got 9 points.
Hey, you don't get the nickname Manimal by playing a passive game. You ask around the rest of the NBA, and all the forwards will tell you guys that Kenneth Faried has the highest motor of them all.
Inside to Hibbert, and stolen by Gordon. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Finished off the break. 8 points for him.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
And for Kenneth Faried, a little undersized inside, under 6'8", but super athletic.
And he's got that 7-foot wingspan, so he plays bigger than he really is. But it's the motor that sets him apart. He never stops crashing the boards and going for those rebounds.
That is good.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Watson the pass to Gordon. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. And we can talk all we want about their passing, but from three-point range, these point guards have been filling it up for the past month. Oh, you look at Lawson. He's absolutely deadly from outside. And, of course, C.J. Watson just behind him. He's another player that shoots it extremely well from outside. And George kicks to Hill. Back to George. Hibbert with a screen on Chandler. Dishes to West. Back to George. The feed to Hill. 5 on the clock. Shoots a fader. And Lawson with the block. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Let's see where the Pacers are, Kevin, in terms of the NBA rankings right now. 5th in free throw percentage. 6th in blocks. And they're a top 10 team in three-point shooting.
Yeah, you look at the free throw shooting, Clark. It's very impressive. They've been in the top 5, as you talked about, and it's a result of a lot of effort, a lot of concentration. And when you shoot them that well, then you gain confidence and you really start attacking the rim because you want to go to the free throw line to shoot.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And you look at Ty Lawson, he was drafted in 2009, a draft class full of point guards. But he got lost in the shuffle, fell all the way to the 18th pick in the draft. But terrific find for the Nuggets, who found their point guard of the future.
And, you know, for those who used to watch Ty Lawson lead North Carolina back to the title in 09, he's doing the same things he did back then here in the pros.
That's exactly right, Kevin. An excellent shooter, a really great passer, unbelievable speed, quickness, and vision. But I think it's the change of pace with that blistering speed that really keeps defenders on their heels. He's a perfect fit for the way Denver likes to play.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. The Nuggets trail by 10. Gordon dishes to Hickson. Lawson outside. Outside Lawson. Stolen. Now the Pacers moving it up. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Gordon goes in. Here's Faried. It's blocked. Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. A lot of answers, but still a lot of questions for how the East is going to ultimately shake out this year. But right now, let's check out where the team stands. Taking a look at Miami. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, Indiana just way behind.
I think for the Pacers, they've lived up to what was expected of them more or less, I think. But some of their fans probably had a little more in mind.
Well, fans always have more in mind, Clark. Everybody wants their team to win it all. But I think this team has performed admirably to this point, and they've been rock solid. And we'll see if they can maybe make a push heading into the playoffs.
Here's Hill. He has 7. Now the dish to Hibbert. It's back to Hill. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Shot clock at 6. D passes to George. Indiana again missing. The Nuggets trail by 8. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Doubled by Hickson. Hibbert, he's guarded by Chandler. Hibbert kicks to George. Passes it to West. Back to George. Shoots the 3. That's good. George has got 14.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Well, it's not often you find a player like Paul George who, as tall as he is, can play 2 guard. But when you do, you're going to see some really big numbers in rebounding from him. And that's what George does. He wants to average double-digit rebounds.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Scola comes in for Roy Hibbert, and it's Granger in for David West. And here is Hill, averaging 13 points a contest. Scola sets a screen for Hill. It's George on the wing. From outside, off the mark. And Clark, you mentioned the height of Paul George, 6'8" when he was drafted. He actually grew to 6'10" in his rookie season, Steve, so he's a young guy that's continuing to grow both on the floor and physically.
Yeah, he may be 7'2" by his 4th year. I'll tell you, though, he gives you power forward size and rebounding with guard skills. It's easy to see why the Pacers are so excited about it.
Does he remind you of anybody in particular?
A bit like Scottie Pippen, early in his career. Maybe not quite as strong as Scottie, but a similar skill set.
No good off the front iron.
Nobody anywhere close to him. Where's the defense? He's got to make that shot, though.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Indiana.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
The other thing they're doing, guys, is forcing turnovers and then creating points offensively as a result.
Gordon dishes to Fareed. Kicks it to Lawson. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Gordon outside. Tries to keep it alive. And Danny Granger gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Well, he tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Denver. Robinson comes in for Ben Gordon. Robinson passes to Chandler. Outside for Lawson. Over George. And Lawson gets it to go on the assist by Fareed. 18 points for Ty Lawson. Pacers leading by 7. Outside, George. George gets a screen from Granger. Pass to D. And there's the call on Chandler. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look for Denver. Randolph comes in for Kenneth Fareed. And Fournier subbed in for Wilson Chandler. Scola passes to D. 6 to shoot. Makes it off the glass. D's got 17.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Outside, Robinson. Feeds to Fournier. Back to Robinson. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Andre Miller's checked in for Ty Lawson. Robinson kicks to Miller. Back to Robinson. Clock at 6. He passes it to Arthur. Miller. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. And a chance now to check out the schedule for Indiana. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game, and the next game it'll be played in Los Angeles. That will conclude a 5-game road trip for them. Some changes for Indiana. Mahimi comes in for Luis Scola. And it's Watson in for George Hill. Here is Watson, guarded by Robinson. Watson with it. Outside, George. He kicks to Watson. Granger. That's good, and the assist goes to Watson. And now a 12-point Indiana lead.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
And Fournier kicks to Randolph. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Miller dishes to Fournier. Miller gets it to go. Miller's got his second bucket of the night. Indiana leading by 10. Now Watson. Back to Granger. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Granger's got 15.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Roy Hibbert's checked in for Ian Mahinmi. Dixon passes to Robinson. A step-back shot here. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. D's got his 5th rebound in this one. It's George on the wing. And there's the pass to Hill. On the wing, Granger. D. Shot clock at 5. And he banks in the layup. D's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor. I mean, their offense in the paint has not been up to par.
Miller kicks to Hickson. Miller with a screen on Hibbert. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Hibbert with a screen for George. He feeds it to Granger. On the wing, Hill. Misses the 3. The Nuggets trail by 12. And it's Miller penetrating. And George with the block. Granger outside. Pass to George. He dishes it to Hill. D. There's the pick. The kick out to Hill. Again missing Hill. The Nuggets shooting 47% since getting things started in the 3rd quarter. Robinson dishes to Miller. Back to Robinson. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Outside, George. Off his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. And some changes here for the Pacers. David West, he's checked in for Hibbert. Chris Copeland comes in for George. And George Hills subbed in for Hill. West passes to Copeland. D. Picked by West. Dishes to Granger. There's the triple. Rebounded by Wilson Chandler. Chandler's got his 4th rebound in this one. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Gordon outside. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Gordon's got 5 points now in the quarter. Outside Hill. Passes it to D. Chandler on him. Here's D. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more.
Now, the only way to stop him is to keep him from getting the ball in the first place.
He's had 6 attempts at the line, made 5 of them.
And on the year, he's shooting an average number at the line, about 73%.
Just 4 seconds left in the 3rd. Lawson, no good. And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. On the court for Indiana. George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2. D out there with West. And it's Scola in at the center position. Chandler's shot. Good.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
It does look like their energy is lacking at this point.
Pacers leading by 9. Hill kicks to Scola. Pass to D.
He just picked up his 4th personal foul, and now he's got some foul trouble hanging over his head, guys. He's been absolutely in control. No slowing down for D. 22 points, and he's pickpocketed the ball 5 times. He's gotten after it on the boards for them as well as in the transition game.
And one's really fed into the other.
And Indiana making a change here. Hibbert's checked in. Both free throws good from D. The Nuggets trail by 11. Lawson outside. Outside Gordon. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by D. D's got 6 rebounds now in the game. 1 minute now into this 4th quarter. Outside, George. He passes to D. 6 on the shot clock. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Outstanding job there to absorb the contact and guide it in.
That's how you impose your will against the defender. He came to play.
And the free throw, no good. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Chandler gets the screen from Hickson. Lawson outside. Gordon with a screen on Hill. And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
Lawson with it. Picked up by Hibbert. Lawson kicks to Gordon. Back to Lawson. It's rebounded by D.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
George passes to D. Now the feed to Hill. There's a good screen. West kicks to George. The pass to D. Denver grabs the miss. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Fires from 14, and the basket by Gordon.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Here's Hibbert. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
The Nuggets trail by 13. Hickson sets the screen for Lawson. Gives him the lead pass. Kicks it out to Gordon. Lets it go from deep. That doesn't go either for Gordon.
You know, even though he missed that 3-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, because you know if you continue to give up open looks like that, you're in big trouble.
D passes to Hill. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Here's West. The turnaround jumper. Count it. And the Pacers lead by 13.
Got him with the turnaround there. That was as sweet as honey.
Come on, baby, let's get one more.
Hill against Lawson. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Well, his body control is what I notice. I think that jumps off the page when you watch him play. Even with the defender draped all over him, he's able to find a way to get to the rim and get the shot to go in.
And here's another thing about him, Steve. Every time he gets his hands on the ball in the backcourt, he's a one-man fast break.
Outside, George. Right side, George. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Here is Lawson. And the call will be against D. That is his first foul of the game. Nate Robinson's checked in for Denver. Tries a three off the inbound. That's good.
Unstoppable offense from both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one.
Indiana leading by 9. D passes to Hill. Passes it to D. For the three. Rebound by Ben Gordon. Gordon's got his 3rd rebound tonight. The dish now to Robinson. Back to Gordon. Kicks to Robinson. Shot clock at 6. Robinson can't get that one to fall. Hill against Chandler. Feeds to Hibbert. Working on Hickson. The three from Hill. Here's D. Uses the glass to finish the layup. D's got 6 here in this quarter.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
It's stolen by Hill. Now here's Hill, the fast break opportunity. The shot's good from D. D's got 30 points.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
Robinson off a pick from Hickson. Robinson dishes to Fareed. Outside Gordon. Takes the three. They get it back.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
Guys, look, I don't know what the score is. That's the play we're all going to remember from this game.
Hibbert kicks to George. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And it's Granger penetrating. 5 to shoot. Outside Gordon. He kicks to Robinson. Hickson. Back to Robinson. Shot from the wing. Here's Hickson and blocked. But he stays with it. Chandler outside. He feeds it to Gordon. Hickson sets the screen for Gordon. And they double up Gordon. Back to Chandler. Paul George with the steal. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Hibbert hits the bucket. The Nuggets trail by 13. Now here's Gordon. Robinson with it. He's picked up by Hill. Here's Gordon. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Gordon's got 9 points now in just the second half. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Frank Vogel addressing his team. He told his guys, listen, we've got to make the most of every opportunity right now. We can win this game, but it's all about making every single possession count. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
4 on the shot clock. Let's it fly from 18. Kept alive by Indiana.
You know, normally when you dominate on the glass, it really shows up on the scoreboard, but not so much here today.
You're right, Steve. Typically, it is a good barometer that indicates who's winning, but not so.
He dishes it to Fareed. Back to Gordon. From the arc. That doesn't go either for Gordon.
Oh, he's just launching from the three-point line right now because I don't like his shot selection at all.
D passes to Hill. Pass to George. Here's West. And Kenneth Fareed pulls it down. The Nuggets trail by 11. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket. Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Outside Hill. Pass to D. Hibbert with a screen on Chandler. Outside, George. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. George has got 19 points. For Denver, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. The Nuggets making a switch here. Lawson's checked in. Gordon up on top. On the wing, Chandler. And there's another one for the Nuggets. Pacers leading by 9. Hill dishes to Hibbert. George. He passes to West. Goes back up. Hibbert. The shot misses. Nice D from Hickson. Nuggets running out of time. Gordon kicks to Lawson. Back to Gordon. From outside the arc. Offensive rebound. Here's Fareed. Great D that time from Hibbert.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
D passes to Hill. Dishes it to West. Unloads from 9. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 5 assists in the game. The Nuggets shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Lawson kicks to Gordon. Left side, Gordon. Fareed backing down. Just 5 on the clock. And another miss by Denver. Pacers leading by 11. Hill passes to D. Lawson defending. Here's D. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The first one falls. Both good from the line that time. Here's Lawson. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter. Ben Gordon on the wing. The feed to Chandler. And the pass to Lawson. Just 5 to shoot. The dish to Hickson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, Ty Lawson given the keys to this Nuggets offense last year by George Karl. And I think Brian Shaw now has similar confidence in his point guard, allowing him to really run this team in transition, get them out and firing.
That's good from Lawson. And going back to Lawson and his quickness, one of the fastest guards, don't you think, Clark, end-to-end in this game?
Yeah, and I think he's just a lot stronger than people think. And he's a terrific finisher around the rim for a guy who's probably only about 5'10". I know they try to list him taller than that, but he is a dynamo and a terrific point guard. I love watching him go.
And he can't hit the second.
He needed to cash in on all of those. Missed opportunities at the line are the last thing they need right now.
Here's D. Options off the pick and hammers it home.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on him.
And Lawson with the drive. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. They get C.J. Watson.
The line for your Nuggets, Ty Lawson.
First one falls for him. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And Indiana can just let the clock run down here. Screen by Scola. Pass to Stevenson. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up.
After the game, you were chosen as the Jordan Player of the Game. How does that make you feel?
It speaks more to the team than to myself, to be honest about it. I can't do anything out there without my teammates, and we worked as a unit today. When we get going like we did, we don't think there's a team in the league that can take us down. Great team win, man. Let's get another one next time out.
The Indiana Pacers find themselves on the road looking for an interconference win. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA and all its great action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Pau Gasol?
Well, he's such a versatile scorer offensively. I mean, Gasol's a guy who shoots with range. We saw him even make some threes last year for the Lakers. But really good at the mid-range area, and he'll just punish smaller defenders down on the block with either hand.
And, you know, some have labeled him a finesse big man, Steve, but I think he's consistently one of the league leaders in offensive rebounds. You can't be a finesse guy and gobble up offensive boards. He's got that big height advantage, especially at power forward.
With that road trip behind them, the Lakers ready to perform in front of their Los Angeles fans. This is an important game for them because they've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
Kevin, I have not been able to quite identify what the problem's been for this team, but obviously neither have they because they continue to struggle. I know they're working hard to get things figured out, but no matter what road they've taken, it's been a dead end.
Well, effort is not the problem. I mean, that's been there for them all along, but I think they're not necessarily using everybody in the right way. Seems like some of the players aren't comfortable in the roles they're in. So there may be some adjustments to be made by this coaching staff to get this club going. Well, since the new CBA, the league has made the luxury tax much more punitive. But certainly the Lakers blessed with the financial wherewithal to be a tax-paying team. The problem is it can hurt your flexibility under the new rules just to make deals, and that's going to be the challenge for LA.
Now, here's Nash, averaging 9 points per contest. Douglas. Here's Hill. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. And good on the basket. Hook it. George has got his first basket.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
Well, you talk about the huge fan base for the Lakers, Clark. One of the marquee franchises, certainly in the entire NBA.
I would even stretch that to all of sports, Kevin. The market and their finances clearly have helped them gain that stature, but you can't shortchange the organization, the people making the decisions. They've been a winner for a long time, and that's been the magic ingredient that's attracted fans, players, sponsors, the full package.
Here's Hill after Jordan Hill's bucket. Hill kicks to Hibbert. The dish to George. He passes to D. Shot clock at 6. Defended by Douglas. D passes to George. Puts it up. The shot misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And you don't need to dig too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost the game. I mean, their shooting percentage was abysmal.
You know, sometimes we talk about the defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, but it seemed that night they got in their own heads, couldn't get out of their own way as they lost confidence at the offensive end.
Gets it to go.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
Well, you look at Paul George, my man, PG 24, a young swingman out of Fresno State. Boy, he had a terrific year last season, was the most improved player last season, and a first-time NBA All-Star. And consider how young he is. He just turned 23, and he's got the potential to make plenty more All-Star games. And I think he could ultimately be a Defensive Player of the Year at some time in his career.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. Steven Jackson making his last shot. Shoots it. The shot by George, no good. Los Angeles leading by 3. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Jackson kicks to Douglas. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Douglas has got his second basket of the game. And for Paul George, the 10th pick back in 2010, what a terrific find for the Pacers.
Well, he was already a good player, but I think the injury to Danny Granger last season created the opportunity for George to really emerge as an all-star. And that's exactly what he did. Dangerous inside and out, excellent defensive player, has a chance to be really special.
Here's Hibbert after the made shot from Douglas. West a screen on Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Nash. Goes back up. And again, Steven Jackson. Jackson's got 6.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
Pass to D. Feeds to Hibbert. 6 to shoot. Good on the baseline, Jay.
One of the bright young head coaching stars in the league, Frank Vogel, took over the Pacers on an interim basis 3 seasons ago and immediately paid dividends. They had a strong finish to that season and his first season in a competitive first-round series against Chicago, and that success has continued to build and grow, and Frank Vogel deserves a lot of the credit.
Pacers trail by 5. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, Mike D'Antoni and I got a chance to talk for just a bit. We talked about David West and what makes him such a tough player to defend. Coach said, West is special because he's so skilled for a player of his size and strength. He can score inside and also spread the floor with his shooting. He can have a quiet night and still drop 20 and 10. So we've got to stay conscious of him at all times. Guys, we'll see how they do against him.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And Coach Vogel, the second youngest coach in the NBA last season, but he'd been working in the NBA for 15 years, Steve, prior to that, prior to becoming a head coach.
Yeah, 5 years as a video coordinator, a couple seasons as an advanced scout, and then 8 years on the bench as an assistant. So he's definitely paid his dues and learned a lot on his way up the ladder.
Here's Hill. After the made shot from Douglas, Hill kicks it to West. And the pass to George. Three-pointer. The shot's good on the assist by West. And it's 7 points for Paul George.
Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
The Pacers making a switch here. Rangers check in. He kicks it to Sacre. Fade away. That drops.
And the story of this game in the early stages is just how well they've been shooting the ball.
Steve, their percentage from the floor is really impressive up to this point.
Now here is Hill. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. On the wing, Granger. It's back to Hill. Indiana moving it around. Danny Granger, the bucket on the assist by Hill.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against Denver.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And to do it on the road, too. I mean, with the way they just kept coming at him and coming at him, they kept that crowd out of the game the entire time. That's good work.
And the Pacers with possession here after Jackson's three-pointer that didn't go. George defended by Sacre. George dishes to Granger. Pass to D. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Granger for the three.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Pacers trail by 5. Here's George, and he dumps it right on Jordan Hill. Oh, man. Woo-hoo. Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
Oh, man, that was a circus dunk.
Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Nash kicks to Douglas. And there's the feed to Jackson. Knocked loose. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. Hammers it in after taking it the length of the floor.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
That was one of those 3 or 4 plays that you see every night in an NBA game that just leaves you in awe.
The shot's good from Douglas.
Nice start for him. 5 of his first 7 shots he's made.
Outside Hill. Inside. Here's D. West trying to free himself up. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominating.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Well, small forwards that can rebound the ball, such an asset to any team in the NBA. With now a look at the top rebounding wingmen. And you look at D, who does a great job inside, one of the top rebounders in the league.
And maybe they're not the biggest or strongest players in the front court, but that hasn't limited their ability to get in there, mix it up, and come up with a lot of rebounds night in and night out.
Yeah, you mentioned their lack of size and strength compared to the post players around the NBA, but I've always found that the best rebounders usually aren't the biggest guys. They're the most tenacious, and they have excellent timing and the ability to get off their feet multiple times quicker than their opponent.
Pacers trail by 4. Hill passes to D. The finger roll finish at the bucket. D's got 6.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Here's Meeks. Here's Farmar. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Now, here is Hill. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. He passes to D. 6 on the shot clock. He dishes it to Watson. Fires from deep. The rebound by Young.
take a look at the rebound totals, guys. That's +5 now on the glass.
And, Steve, I don't think there's any question which team came out with more energy and enthusiasm.
Here's Farmar. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Knicks in New York. For the three, it's rebounded by Indiana. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
Well, they thought they'd handle this club last year both times, but they actually split the 2 season meetings.
Scola, a screen on Young. Here's D.
The offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layups. Earn it from the line.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Lakers?
Guys, they're really passing the ball well here in the first half.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
And Stevenson's checked in for Indiana. Young dishes to Green. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. And the Lakers lead by 6. You know, you would think, as you said, Steve, that no matter what building they were in, this is a team they should have beaten both times.
It probably had a little something to do with the fact that they're just not a very familiar opponent. I mean, that's one way to look at it.
D, defended by Young. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Rudely thrown down after the offensive rebound. He is ramped up now.
He is, you're right, and you figure this game might come down to a few of those effort plays.
Always does, Kevin.
I wouldn't doubt it. Seems like that kind of a contest tonight.
And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error.
Now here's Douglas. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against New York. Jackson kicks to Johnson. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He didn't get off to much of a start early on, but he seems to have shaken off the rust here in the quarter.
You know, the hope was that a change of scenery and a chance to run up and down the wings would be just what was needed to get Wesley Johnson going in the NBA, but it just didn't happen for him last season.
On the court for Indiana, George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2. Down low, Weston Hibbert, and it's D in at the 3 spot. The shot by George, no good.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Pau Gasol is checked in for Robert Sacre. And for Wes Johnson, the 4th overall pick back in 2010 out of Syracuse, he just hasn't been able, Steve, to break through.
Yeah, you wonder why, because he's got great size and athleticism, beautiful shooting stroke, and yet the shooting numbers just aren't there. So I thought he would be better coming into this league, but we'll see if he's able to develop and find a niche somewhere.
And so it's Indiana with it after Wesley Johnson's miss. And the shot is good. 11 points for D.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Douglas kicks to Gasol. And it comes off the front of the rim.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Pass to George. D. Back to George. Indiana moving it around. Clock at 6. Hill passes to D. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Jackson.
And what a tremendous game for D. He's got 11 points and 2 blocks.
Let's just take a moment to appreciate the all-around effort that he's put in here today.
The numbers tell the story, Steve. He is filling up just about every column of that box sheet.
Luis Scola. He's checked in for Roy Hibbert. Shot's good from Young.
They've done a really good job of knocking down their long-distance shots here in the second quarter. I mean, they're shooting just above 40% from downtown. That's outstanding.
Now, here is Hill, averaging 13 points a contest. Puts the lead pass in front of him.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
Pacers have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts.
And in general, this has been a very good foul shooting team, about 79% on the season.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Lakers leading by 3. And there's 1:45 left to play in the first half. Jackson kicks to Gasol. Back to Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Granger. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Yes, gentlemen, D in their last game against the Nuggets was superb. He ended up with 34 points and seemed to have a hand in every defensive stop. Good numbers for him in both the steals and blocks columns. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, Clark, I thought was truly incredible.
Absolutely. I mean, he did the work of several players in that game. He really didn't need much support at all.
But they shouldn't count on that type of performance again tonight, Clark. I mean, his teammates need to be prepared to carry a little bit more of a load.
Here's Hill after Pau Gasol's bucket. Dean, defended by Young. Dean, the rebound by Young. Young's got 4 rebounds in this game.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game eventually. Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hill passes to D. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. 19 points for D.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
He feeds it to Douglas. Pacers with the rebound. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
You know the fans out in Phoenix really hoping for a win in that one.
And a tight game here as we end.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome, I'm Dave.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we resume a beautiful nighttime view of Los Angeles, and in blue there, our venue, the Staples Center. An exceptional performance so far from D.
Well, he shot his share of free throws, that's for sure. I mean, he got to the line, drew contact, and you love getting to the free throw line. Easy points if you can get them.
Steve, I think they may have to rotate the defensive assignment on him from now on just to avoid foul trouble on any one player. I mean, he's drawing a lot of fouls on guys.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So the Lakers 5 right now. Nash out there with Tony Douglas. Then it's Steven Jackson. Then it's Hill. And it's Gasol. And at the 4-man position. The Pacers have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far. That free throw good from D. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
You know, even though he's getting up there in years, guys, Powell's effectiveness shouldn't really drop off much. He's a long, skilled player who doesn't play off the ground very much, and his versatility should help his longevity.
Seems like he's got more floor burns than just about any player in the league because he will dive head first after any loose ball, no regard for personal safety.
And I also think he might have played a little football, Steve, because he's excellent at intercepting passes. I mean, that seems to be his calling card defensively.
Now, here is George. Dishes it to Hill. Again, missing Hill. Clark, you mentioned the versatility of Pau Gasol. Steve, it's really the defining quality of his game, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the ability to do so many things offensively as a big guy just really completes a team. Now you can run any kind of offense you want. And Pau, as a passer, as a scorer, as a shooter, has been one of the best in the game for the last decade.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Indiana. Kicks it to Jackson. Backing in. Little turnaround. And yes, sir, that one drops. Jackson's got 8 points.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Pass to D. West a screen on Jackson. Here's D. And throws off the pick and hammers it home.
Boy, taking it hard to the rack for the big throwdown.
And give an unofficial assist, Clark, to his teammate for setting the screen that freed him up.
Yeah, good call, Kevin. That was really the key to the play.
Now here's Nash. To the paint. Here's...
What a huge play.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in, but I say put as much as you can on the finish and get your teammates going.
Nash against Hill. Now the dish to Douglas. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. Nash has got 6 assists here tonight.
He is feeling it. A terrific percentage from the field.
Hill gets to George. D. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
He's on fire, Kevin. They've got to bring the double team sooner when he's got the ball.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line.
Boy, it's been a struggle for him at the charity stripe throughout this game.
Well, give him some credit because he's done well to get there, but of course that's only half the battle. You got to knock him down.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
Taking a look back over the last month, Kevin, let's see how Indiana stacked up. 2nd in blocks, 7th in scoring. And they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
Man, Clark, let's talk about those blocks because you know what that does? When you're a guard and you've got great shot blockers behind you, it allows you to play with more aggressiveness on the perimeter, and that can really disrupt an offense.
Now here is Hill. After the miss from Douglas. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. And a quick look now at the NBA scoring leaders. And you look at D. 3rd in the league. He typically dominates out there. He can seemingly score at will.
And his contribution to this team, I mean, can't be understated. His scoring on a night-in, night-out basis has been fantastic.
Now here's Nash. Feeds it to Douglas. 6 to shoot. Knocks it loose. Here's George. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
Now here's Douglas. He's got 18. Jackson misses.
Not a shot he should have taken in the face of such tough defense. He needed to get a better look.
Here's D, and that one's good. And it's a 6-point Indiana lead.
They are owning the lane right now. Every one of their last 10 points has come either at or near the rim.
Great looks in tight because they're finding lanes to the hoop whenever they want them.
Now here's Douglas, averaging 10 points per contest. 6 on the shot clock. Looking to end the run. That's good on the jump shot. Douglas has got 20.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
And the Lakers making a change here. Young's checked in. There's the pass to D. West a screen on Young. Here's D. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
Yeah, but you don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up, though, either.
Danny Granger, he's checked in for David West. Hill against Nash. It's back to Hill from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Meeks.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Nice D from D.
Boy, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Hill drives in. Outside for George. Defended by Nash. Here's D, and he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws. And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. You look at the Rockets. What a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, there's Los Angeles. They have a lot of ground to make up.
Checking out Los Angeles. They've got to be incredibly deflated by the way things have gone for them this season.
Seems like everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong, Clark. For a team that had some high hopes, it's been a major disappointment.
Here's Farmar. 7 points in the game. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Farmar's got 9. Pacers leading by 6. Hill dishes to George. D. Banked in off the glass. D's got 35.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Young's shot is off. Indiana's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Back to Granger. He kicks it to Hill. Passes it to Scola. George. Lock at 6. He passes it to D. Screen by Scola. From deep. They get the rebound. Pass to D. Back to Scola. He's up against Gasol. Second chance shot. Rejected by Gasol. The feed now to Farmer. Back to Gasol. He dishes it to Farmer. Kicks it to Meeks. Fires the 3. Good. And Farmer gets the assist.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Pass to Granger. Working on Gasol. The fader. Puts up the baby hook. And that's good off the glass that time. And that's now 37 points for D.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And, Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
That's good. Young's got his second basket.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
Outside, George.
Wow.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now. It's their defense, that's for sure.
And Hill with the block. Here's Meeks. He's guarded by Hill. And Meeks kicks to Young. Drills the three-pointer. Young's got 7 points. Pacers leading by 4.
You know, it seems to me Nick Young is the perfect guy to have coming off the bench because he's a volume shooter and scorer who can get hot in a hurry. But I think his best role is to play him kind of in a Jamal Crawford type role.
Scola passes to Hill. From deep three-point range. Here's Scola. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Indiana making some changes. Steven Jackson checked in for Gasol. Johnson comes in for Nick Young. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Jody Meeks. Going back to Nick Young, Clark, mostly a scorer.
He sure is, Kevin, an athletic 6'7" wing. I don't think there's any reason he can't be a plus rebounder and defender, but it's clear that his focus primarily has been on the offensive end.
Now here is Hill. D, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Now we've seen them make that extra effort of rotating from the weak side, closing out on their airspace, really sending shots back.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Here's Jackson. That three off the mark.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
He feeds it to Granger. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got 6 assists now in the game.
Great looking bounce pass to set up that play.
.152 left in the third. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
He's not a guy they're going to be able to count on the way he's playing in this quarter.
D passes to Hill. On the wing, Granger lets it go from deep. No good. And the Lakers going the other way now. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Again, the miss by Jackson.
You know, you look up and down the Pacers roster, and at every position they have size and a player that's willing to be physical and mix it up. You throw in a guy like Paul George, who's one of the elite rebounders at his position. It's not hard to see why the Pacers were #1 in rebounding percentage last season.
Now here's Johnson, following the miss by Danny Granger. Blake for three, and that one's good.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
And so it's Indiana with it. Dean. Strolla kicks to Stevenson. Dishes to Hill. The pass to D. There's the dish to Stevenson. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here.
Boy, that pass was in the air a long time.
Long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
Roy Hibbert's checked in for Indiana. West comes in for Danny Granger. 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Just 2 to shoot. Offensive rebound. Passes it to D. Hibbert with the screen. It's back to Hill. Takes a three. That's good. And the Pacers lead by 11. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Pacers lead by 11. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
Coming up Sunday, February 2nd. Aaron Aflaw.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Now, here's Nash on the court for Indiana. Down low, Reston Hibbert. George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2, and it's D in at the small forward position. Now, here's Nash, and the dunk by Jackson.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed. All of the above.
Here's George. Steven Jackson making his last shot. Shot clock at 6. Here's D. A rebound by the Lakers. Nash has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Douglas blocked. Now the Pacers moving it up. The shot by Hill. The 15-footer, good.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Douglas off the pick from Jackson. Douglas against George. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line. It's going to be on David West.
No slowing him down, just some incredible numbers for Douglas. He has 20 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
I'm sure they'd like to get him a few more of those, so look for them to run some screens for him, trying to pop him open.
Jordan Hill, he's checked in for the Lakers.
He's a dead eye at the line, fellas. Just call him automatic. He doesn't miss many of those.
West kicks to Hibbert. He's against Hill. George dishes to Hibbert. Outside for George. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, he did have a three-pointer in the first half, but so far here in the second, he's come up empty. You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Now here's Douglas. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul, second team foul.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Douglas kicks to Hill. West on him. Shot clock at 5. Paul George with the steal.
Well, let's forgive him for that turnover. It's the only one he's committed today.
Here's a look at the schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll be at home for the next game against the Bobcats. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And he makes the first.
You know, you've got to like the fact that they're getting to the line. And on top of that, they're making their free throws in this half. That bodes well going forward.
Both free throws good from D. Lakers trail by 13. And here's Douglas. Feeds it to Young. He kicks to Douglas. 6 to shoot. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And Nick Young, the bucket on the assist by Douglas.
I wasn't so sure he could get it turned around after that poor first half, but he's got it rolling here a little bit in the second.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
Yeah, and that's his first 3 and a half. There may be more in store.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. LA has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Back to Young. Pass to Douglas. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Just 5 on the clock. And Young, here we go. That's good. Now just a 5-point Pacer lead.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
Dean, defended by Young. Hill kicks to George. This one for 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. Young's got 5 rebounds tonight. And the call will be against Dean. That'll be his second foul of the game. Steven Jackson checked in for Tony Douglas. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Pacers leading by 5. Here's D. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
That's good from D. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Nash outside. Now Hill. Shot clock at 6. Nash hits to Young. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Some outstanding numbers in this one for Nick Young. He's got 10 points, and he's hit the mark twice from 3-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Now, here is George. D, guarded by Jackson. And there's the pass to D. Lets it go with the three. And the basket good. D's got 49 points in the game.
Man, he's got a lot of firepower right now. I mean, what a half he's having.
Young, right side. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. And a chance now to check out the schedule for Indiana. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. We'll start a 3-game homestand with that game. Pacers leading by 9. George with the ball. Guarded now by Nash. Hill against Young. Hill passes to D. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business, for sure, you're right.
Such an imposing finisher around the rim. Intimidating to the defense, really.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities, and that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Now here's West. Some solid defense from Gasol. Young with the ball. Lets the three fly. Again, Young missing.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
D, defended by Young. Hibbert, the pass to D. There's the feed to George. From in close. Here's West. Soft touch off the glass. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Tony Douglas is checked in for Los Angeles. Now here's Nash. Douglas kicks to Gasol. He passes to Douglas. The offensive rebound. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Looking at the game for Gasol, 8 rebounds, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
Pacers leading by 11. Here's Hill. Passes to D. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second.
They didn't shoot it well from the line in the first half. But they've turned it around here, and it's helped them secure the lead. I mean, free throw shooting is important when you're trying to pad a lead.
Now here is Hill. Shoots the 3. Tony Douglas, and that's good. Douglas has got 28.
A little confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that 3.
Here's D. Makes it off the glass.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Here's Nash after the made shot from D. Nash outside. Now here's Douglas. From 11 feet away. That is good. Douglas has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Boy, that was impressive, Clark. He did not hesitate to take the ball right up against the bigger defender.
Boy, I like that aggressive mindset there, Steve. Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
But, you know, they've got a nice lead. Don't take any chances. The simple one-hander is just fine.
Right side Gasol. West is there. The fadeaway. And another basket for the Lakers.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
Indiana leading by 9. Here's T. Power down with both hands.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
Now here's Nash. From the arc. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
There's the bucket. Good.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
Now here's Nash. He dishes it to Douglas. Gasol, fended by West. Lock at 6. Gasol passes to Douglas. No good off the back of the rim.
But an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Here's George. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Now here's Nash. Kicks to Douglas. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Douglas has got 36.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
They better not make it 3 straight, because now all of a sudden you're looking at a hot streak.
George passes to D. West a screen on Jackson. West inside. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. First free throw is good.
Kevin, right now, they're doing a good job at the line. They're hovering around 83, 84, 85% from the strike. That's good stuff. I mean, that's well done.
And so he makes both from the line. Lakers trail by 11. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the 4th. Nash kicks to Jackson. No good with the triple.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, we can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
D passes to West, and that one's good.
And there it is again. That's where their points have been coming today, from the low post.
And even under pressure in tight, they've maintained their concentration and converted their opportunities.
Now here's Nash. He feeds it to Douglas. 1:22 left to play in the final quarter. And Jackson gets it to go. 1:19 left in the 4th quarter. Indiana leading by 11. No good from D.
Still a close game here, though. That's surprising considering they're rarely grabbing any rebounds.
Nash with it. He's picked up by Hill. The wing jumper off target.
Well, he's wide open there, but really struggles from that range. Maybe there's a reason he's open.
West dishes to George. Pass to D. There's the 3. Jackson grabs the board. And Los Angeles guys shooting in the 4th quarter has been efficient at 56%. Nash outside. Kept alive. Hill kicks to Nash. Outside Jackson. Good, and the assist goes to Nash.
What a terrific feed by Nash.
There's 31 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. D, guarded by Jackson. On the wing, George fires the 3, and the rebound goes to Nash. Tipped away. And that one is stuffed right through.
It's going to be a great game for them. No win on the road comes easy in the NBA. Nice performance.
Any player loves sending his own fans home happy. He loves even more sending opposing fans home miserable.
Green kicks to Meeks. Unloads. It's blocked. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling.
It's got to be a great feeling setting the team record for points tonight. How does it feel to achieve such an accomplishment?
It's something to be proud of for sure. To be up there at the top of the list of some pretty impressive players that have been here before me is a great honor. I never really thought of myself as being in that class. Now I just hope I can stay hot and turn that into some wins for this team.
contest here in Indianapolis. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. And guys, taking a look at Paul George, what will we see from him?
Well, he's an exciting young player. Almost 6'10", great athleticism, length, dynamic finisher at the rim, and he can guard multiple positions defensively.
And you know what, Steve? His growth defensively has been just as impressive. He uses that length to great advantage, contesting shots and coming away with deflections and steals.
You look at the Suns, things have really gone south on them. Over the course of the last 7 games, they've gone 1-6.
Yeah, you know, it's really tough what they're going through right now. The situation they're in, doubt starts to creep in, especially as the losses mount, and that just makes them as a team more and more vulnerable.
You're right, Clark. And, you know, they seem to be in such a terrible state of mind at this point. No confidence. It feels like the players may not be trusting the coaching staff, trusting each other. It's been very disjointed in terms of the style of play that we've seen from them lately.
You know, it's no secret around the league, guys, that the Suns either have one of the best medical staffs in the game or they've built their practice facility by the fountain of youth. More evidence of that came when Jermaine O'Neal found new tread on his well-worn tires.
Here's Hill after the made shot from Gortat. Outside Hill. And it's Dragic with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's George. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Lakers. Pass to Hibbert. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Well, Clark, as you said, a lot of the players that left the Suns last season, such as Steve Nash and Grant Hill, had trouble keeping their health up. And Steve, I don't know, you've been in that organization. Whatever they are doing that are keeping those players healthy and in top shape has been working. They are admirable in the way they have led that club.
Well, it's a tremendous training staff. They've just always done a very good job of keeping their guys healthy by getting them in the training room every day for work, by combining the strength program with the training schedule. But a lot of confidence in that staff from the players, and I think it really shows.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Brown kicks to Dragic. There's the feed to Gortat. Back to Dragic. Takes the three. The Pacers pull it in. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
That was a game in hostile territory, too, guys. And it seemed like they had confidence right from the beginning, unbothered by being on the road.
And, you know, their shots were falling. From the top to the bottom of that lineup, their guys were heated up.
Phoenix Suns come into this one following a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Their offense really sputtered in that game. They went through stretches where points became very hard to come by.
And Steve, you know, their play wasn't terrible. It wasn't too bad, but this game still is about making shots, and the shot making wasn't there.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I was able to talk with Jeff Hornacek for a moment. They'll be up against one of the true giants of the league in Roy Hibbert, and he talked about how impressed he is with Hibbert's dedication to improving his game, saying he's gotten better year after year, and now is one of the guys you have to account for really at both ends of the floor. Defensively, you've got to get low and try to root him out of the paint, and then on offense, we'll probably look to put him in pick and rolls to test his mobility. Seems like a smart strategy, guys. We'll see how they do.
Thanks, Doris. The Pacers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Well, guys, for the Pacers, it's been a slow and long climb from the Malice at the Palace back in '04. But now, with a terrific young team fresh off a strong showing in the Eastern Conference Finals, we can finally say the Pacers are back, and they're going to be around for a while contending for championships.
Pacers trail by 3. Hill passes to Hibbert. George. D, defended by Butler. Butler with the steal. Morris dishes to Butler from 11 feet away. The drive by Hill. Dives for it. Comes up empty down low.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. And they were right in his face.
And for the Pacers, ever since that unfortunate night in Detroit, the attendance in Indiana has sagged. They've been at the bottom half percentage-wise, Steve, for the last 9 years.
Well, it's time for the fans to come back, Kevin. This is an elite team. They've got really high character, good guys. Ticket prices are about 60% less than the league norm. One of the best arenas in the NBA, and hey, it's Indiana. I mean, this is a basketball state.
And so here's Phoenix. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
That was one of those games where everybody has fun because they blew them out, the bench played, everybody got in on the act.
Now here's Dragic. His last outing, 16 points for him. Back to Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Phoenix, no good that time either.
Great defensive anticipation there to challenge that shooter.
Going back to what Steve said, Clark, how about the massive contribution they got from their bench in that win?
Kevin, it was very impressive. There's no denying that. I mean, you wouldn't have known who were the starters and who were the reserves based on the production.
Gets it to go. And Steve and Clark, what do you make of his comments to the media after their last game?
Well, when you listen to what he says in these press conferences, and he just comes off as really a humble player, never really makes it about himself if he can help it, and always willing to defer to others for accolades.
You know, some players kind of have a fake humility about them, but he's not one of them. I mean, he genuinely believes this stuff. He loves the organization. He loves his teammates. And I think he really enjoys the environment here. And he's really helped establish it, too. He shouldn't be afraid to take that shot more often. He's solid from there.
Hill against Dragic. Passes it to D. Backs him down. And that one's good.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
And the Suns making a change here. Beasley's checked in. He hits Brown with the drive. Back to Dragic. He feeds it to Brown. Suns moving the ball around. And Dragic gets it to go on the assist by Brown. Dragic has got 5.
And Goran Dragic out of Yugoslavia, man, he's a really impressive left-handed slashing point guard. Great size at 6'3", aggressive off the dribble, and he's improving as a playmaker.
The 3 from George. Rebound by Caron Butler. Butler's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. With a step back, and good on the basket. Book it. Butler's got his first bucket of the night. And for Dragic last season, a career high in points and assists.
Well, what you like about Dragic, Kevin, is his aggressiveness at both ends of the floor. He's an attacking player by nature, loves to get to the rim, and defensively likes to play the passing lanes and try to put pressure on the ball.
Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession. And here's a group of players that have really been showcasing their versatility recently. The leading three-point shooters among centers and power forwards over the last 10 games. So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
You know, Frank Vogel is one of the youngest head coaches in the NBA, and in college at Kentucky, he pestered the coaches relentlessly until they gave him a role as a student manager for the Wildcats. And that determination and resolve has served him well as he's worked himself into an outstanding head coach in the NBA.
Channing Frye's checked in for Phoenix. Now here's Beasley. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And for Vogel, an assistant for 10 years in the NBA, and when a coaching turnover moved him into the interim head coaching position in 2011, Steve, he grabbed the reins and didn't look back.
No, he didn't. The results speak for themselves. The teams responded to him. The organization has shown its faith in Coach Vogel, giving him an extension, and he led that club to a deep playoff run a year ago, one game from the finals.
Phoenix leading by 3. Dragic kicks to Beasley. He passes to Frye. Outside, Green. The dish to Frye. And Luis Scola gets the whistle that time. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
A chance here, Kevin, to take a look at the Suns and how they rank in the NBA right now. 3rd in rebounding, 4th in blocks. And they're in the top half of the league in scoring as well. Not too shabby.
And the rebounds really jump out at me, Clark, when you talk about all those numbers. I mean, this is a ferocious rebounding team. They're very physical, and they always take the fight to their opponent. They seem to own the paint, and when they do that well, they're awfully tough to beat.
George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2. Down low, Weston Hibbert, and it's D in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And so it's Indiana with it. A second chance effort. Second quarter play with almost 3 minutes gone. Brown, good. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Suns.
Well, Kevin, in the first half of play, they're really closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity defensively.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And the call will be against D. That's his first foul. And we've watched a pretty interesting season unfolding in the Western Conference, guys. Let's check out the standings here. Taking a look at Houston. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, the Suns, they have a lot of ground to make up.
I think for the Suns, they've not achieved any of even the most modest goals they've set for themselves so far.
Well, it's been a tough year, Clark, no question. There was a lot of talk from them before the season about, proving the doubters wrong. But at this point, the doubters look right.
Gets it to go.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Defended by Butler. Kicks it to Hill. Clock at 6. Phoenix grabs the miss. Gortat's got his 4th rebound in this one. Guys, this offense very effective.
Going right at him.
And this is where you just start picking apart the defense, and now you take their confidence away. You can really take control of this game.
Here is Hill after Caron Butler's bucket. Outside, George on the wing. Hill. Right side, Hill. Can they get it? It's stolen by Dragic. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And it's Brown missing.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
The pass to West. Back to George. Feeds it to Hill. Throws it up high. And George with the stop.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game. A potential momentum builder.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Yes, gentlemen, D in their last game against the Lakers just played phenomenal. He ended with 62 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Numbers like that are rare to see by any player in a game he'll always remember.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that Clark was something special.
Kevin, it really was. I mean, they threw everything but the kitchen sink at him, and nothing slowed him down.
Well, let's just say he was really good.
Here's George after the made shot from Dragic. 6 on the shot clock. Here's D. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, D's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Suns leading by 4. The drive by Green.
You know, the defense that time was just content to stay out of the way. I mean, no resistance at all. They let him do exactly what he wanted to right there.
Steve, no one looked too anxious to take him on.
No, guys, I think that speaks to his strength and his agility. I mean, he's not a guy you want to stand in the way of as a defender.
And so here is Indiana following the score by Phoenix. And George kicks to Hill. Indiana needs to get a shot off. That 3 off the mark.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Green, no luck. Pacers trail by 6. Hill passes to Granger. It's back to Hill. Pass to D. Outside, George. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Fromm.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
It's Brown with the drive. Excellent D there from George. Indiana's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter.
He's made a name for himself in the league as being one of the best undersized fours out there, guys. And Louis Scola can go up against somebody who's much taller than him and still find a way to pump fake his way to a hoop.
West passes to D. And some very quick points for him on that possession. D's got 4 points this quarter. And Scola Steve at 6'9", not the biggest or most athletic player certainly on the floor, but he does a good job on the glass. He seems to be a very solid player.
And he plays very physically, on defense. He's not afraid to get into you. Probably struggles to defend the more athletic players, but I think Scola is one of the smarter, savvier players we have in this league.
Indiana trailing here. Watson kicks it to West. D. On the wing, Granger. Pass to D. The finger roll finish at the bucket. D's got 10 points in the game. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom. Caron Butler is one of those rock-solid, steady vets. Just a pro's pro, he's called. Entering the final year of his contract. You know he's looking to be aggressive out there.
And for Butler out of UConn, a good defender, Steve, a good jump shot.
Yeah, played in one All-Star game back with the Wizards. Now going into his 12th year in the league. He's had a great career.
Watson with it, defended by Goodwin. Watson, the pass to D. Hibbert with the screen. An easy layup after coming off the pick. He has 6.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Here's West. Here's D. Up and in from the low block. D's got 12.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
Gortat covered by Hibbert. And that one's good by Gortat.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Indiana's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Here is Watson, defended by Goodwin. West inside. Indiana moving it around. Offensive rebound. Now here's Goodwin. He's covered by Watson. Off his leg. And it's being called a kickball. Goodwin with it. Here's Beasley. The 15-footer, good. And the Suns lead by 3. And a tight game here as we end the first half. Suns lead by 3. And will return shortly.
Now, presented by Sprint.
It's Thursday night in the NBA, and from the 2K Sports Studios, this is the Halftime Report. A good one in progress for the Suns. They've capitalized on their trips to the charity stripe, and that's been crucial. Caron Butler playing
the Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. It's been a clinic from D.
Boy, his rebounding was superb in that first half, particularly at the offensive end where he's really battling.
And that continually allowed them to get 2 quality shots on the same possession, Steve. That's invaluable.
On the court for the Suns, Markieff Morris and Marcin Gortat are down low. Brown out there with Dragic, and it's Butler in at the 3 slot. Morris kicks to Brown. Outside Dragic. Shot clock at 6. Butler dishes to Dragic. His 3-pointers off the mark. Pacers trail by 3. Outside, George. The kick out to Hill. He dishes it to Hibbert. Outside, George. Now the pass to D. Hibbert with a screen on Butler. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
The Suns shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Dragic the pass to Morris. Back to Dragic. It's Brown on the wing. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Hill passes to D. West outside. He kicks it to Hill. Pass to D. 6 to shoot. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession. And our 2K leaderboard up on the screen now, giving you a look at the small forward position and the players with the most rebounds per game this year. And you look at D. He does a great job inside, one of the top rebounders in the league.
You know, the work they do on the boards is such a big part of all of these players' games. They play much bigger than the grand majority of small forwards in this league.
And I think it's an area that they all take pride in, Steve. They know they can score. That's expected of their position, but where you separate yourself is going after rebounds. And these guys are really determined to excel in that part of the game.
There's Brown with the 3. Suns keep it alive. Butler kicks to Gortat. That one goes. Count it. Gortat's got 8.
A good job of spotting his teammate near the basket and zipping the pass right in there.
Hill dishes to George. He passes to D. Back to George. It's stolen by Brown. And now it's Brown.
Oh, what a huge play.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark?
Well, you know what the questions are about now. It's their defense, that's for sure. Well, let's see some of the numbers here on Marcin Gortat. He's been a force for them over the past month as you take a look at the league rankings. He was 9th in shooting percentage, and he's been a terrific rebounder as well, in the top 10 in that category per game.
And Steve, you touched on his outstanding field goal percentage. I mean, he hasn't gotten there just simply by having a hot hand on occasion. I mean, it's also a product of how hard he works to find those good open shots.
And we've got a moment now to check out the Eastern Conference standings and see where everyone is sitting as things begin to settle down just a bit through the midway point of the season. You look at Miami, and not a surprise really to see them sitting there in the #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And of course the Pacers just way behind.
Well, for Indiana, they've done what they've needed to do up to this point in the season. I think they've got to be happy and comfortable with where they are.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. I mean, they don't have the target on their back that some of the top teams have, but this is a very solid club.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Hill against Dragic. Backing down is Gortat. Shoots from the baseline. No good off the back of the rim. Pacers trail by 4.
Well, you know, Jeff Hornacek, the new coach of the Phoenix Suns, a 14-year career as an NBA shooting guard, and he was terrific as a player. Spent his first 6 in Phoenix and only recently really got into coaching, starting as an assistant with the Jazz in early 2011.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. George with the ball. Picked up by Brown. The three. No good. Phoenix leading by 4. And now here's Dragic, the fast break chance. Here's Butler. Second shot opportunity. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
The Pacers making a switch here. Scola's checked in. And back to Coach Hornacek, the 16th coach in Suns franchise history. He's raised his 3 kids in Phoenix. Stevie's put down roots there. Looks like he would like to stay for the long term.
Well, he's a tremendous player for the Suns back during the prime of his career. So this is a great fit, coaching the Suns. A guy who played the game with tremendous intelligence and an even-keeled demeanor. Should serve him well as a head coach.
On the wing, Brown. Releases from 15. It's stolen by West. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Hill passes to George. That doesn't go either for George. Phoenix leading by 7. Here's Butler. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Butler's got 12 in the game. And the action on hold as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
Oh, boy, this is something you hate to see, Clark.
You know, it sure is. Injuries, though, are really an unfortunate part of the game. Inevitable at times. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Gortat. Hill kicks to George. High post shot. Good. He has 7.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Brown outside. Dishes to Morris. Shot is off. So the Pacers will take it the other way.
You know, you look at the Morris twins, Marcus and Markieff, both played at Kansas, very close to each other. They had to tough it out for about a year and a half on different teams, but now they're reunited in Phoenix. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Beasley. Rebounded by D. D's got 6 rebounds in the game. And the powerful one-handed slam.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
And those could be an important 2 points, too, guys, in a close game like this one.
Marshall dishes to Morris. Stolen by Granger. Now the Pacers moving it up. Pass to Hill. Granger, a screen on Green. D passes to George. And there are the Pacers with another bucket. Well, you look at the Morris twins. Markieff about an inch taller, but thus far in their careers, the numbers are pretty similar so far.
Both of them natural power forwards with some outside shooting ability, so they can kind of fill that modern floor spacing 4-man role.
Green inside the 3-point line, and the Suns miss again.
And little to no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there. And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot.
Marshall with it. Scola covering. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Trying to get back on track. No good from Beasley.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities. Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Mahinmi's checked in for Phoenix. Watson comes in for George. Pacers trail by 4. And here's Watson, averaging 6 points per contest. Passes to D. And there's the feed to Watson. Parries the long-range jumper. Watson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. He feeds it to Beasley. The fadeaway. It's rebounded by D. D's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Hill kicks to Mahimi. Watson. The dish now to Granger. Hit his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. D, headed by Green. No good from D.
You'd expect him to nail that one being that close to the hoop.
Kicks it to Green. All sorts of time. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. D's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
He's just been ice cold. I mean, he cannot find the range.
For the lead. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Goodwin. The Suns leading. And it's Lee penetrating. And Hill with the block. And here's Indiana. They're on an 11-3 run. Here's D. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. The Suns shooting about 42% so far. Green. That's good. Green's got his second bucket of the game to go. The Pacers have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Watson kicks to Granger. Hill. Back to Granger. Feeds to Watson. And the pass to D. Clock at 6. He dishes it to Hill. No good. Good D by Lee.
He has not been on his game, and you know their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
Goodwin kicks to Lee. Outside, Green. All alone. Good on the jump shot. And it's a 5-point Suns lead.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
The shot's good from D. D's got 20.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
.132 left to play in the third. Another one falls for Phoenix.
Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
Pacers trail by 5. Outside Hill. Hill left side. He kicks it to Watson. Pass to Granger. Fires for 3. And Lee pulls it down. And the call will be against D. That's foul number 2 for him. So for the Suns, Gortat's checked in for Beasley. Markieff Morris comes in for Marcus Morris. And Caron Butler is subbed in for Gerald Green. Backing down is Gortat. He passes it to Morris. And it's good. Morris has got 7 points.
That's right where they wanted to go with the ball on that possession.
Outside Hill. Hibbert kicks to Hill. Dishes to Copeland. Gortat's there. 6 on the shot clock. Gortat with the steal. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And it's Dragic off the drive. Shot's good by Butler. 14 points for him. Pacers trail by 9.
Should probably use a little clock here.
Yep, make this the very last possession.
Hill passes to D. Hibbert with a screen on Butler. Right side Hill. Good if it goes. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And that's going to do it for the third quarter.
Next Sunday, February 2nd, Aaron Aflalo and the Orlando Magic take on Rajon Rondo and the Boston Celtics. Be there.
welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Phoenix.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
And the other thing they're doing is they're forcing turnovers and then converting those miscues into points at the other end.
Down low, Weston Hibbert. George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2, and it's D in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And George, here we go, on the wing Hill. Pulls up, and right through it goes. Hill's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Indiana. Suns leading by 7. Outside Dragic. Brown gets a screen from Morris. Shot off the pick. The Pacers pull it in.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it. That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
Works out with the screen for Brown. That's tipped. Shot clock at 6. Out of bounds. Suns ball as Phoenix keeps possession. And a chance now to check out the schedule for Indiana. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand.
Tell you, I'll be looking forward to seeing how that Brooklyn game turns out.
And the call will be against D. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Off the inbound. That's good. 13 points for Shannon Brown.
Boy, you can't run an inbounds play any better than that right there.
Pacers trail by 7. Hill dishes to Hibbert. Outside, George. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Hibbert with a screen on Butler. And it's going to be 2 free throws. True contact on the shot.
So far in this one for D, 8 rebounds and 2 rejections. He's getting it done, making plays by setting up his teammates and grabbing some nice boards, too.
Yeah, he's doing all those little things that are so important.
So he gets them both.
100% free throw shooting this half, guys.
Efficiency is so crucial when you're trying to overcome a deficit, Steve.
They double him with West. Brown kicks to Morris. Outside Dragic. Back to Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Dragic, he's guarded by Hill. Offensive rebound. Here's Gortat. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul call. He'll shoot free throws.
He loves running the pick and roll as the screener, and he's very good at it. Next time you see it, just watch how quickly he pops off that screen and cuts inside.
He's got a great move to the basket and can also finish through contact if he needs to.
You know, Marcin Gortat, since he was traded from Orlando to Phoenix, has developed into one of the best centers in the league. He can finish at the rim with either hand. He can step out and make a jump shot. He can pass the ball. Playing awfully well.
And George, here we go. Gortat with the steal. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. Blocked. They retain possession. And the Pacers call time here.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop biting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them free points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Outside Butler. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. And it's a 10-point Suns lead. And Gortat has worked in the offseason with Akeem Olajuwon to develop his post moves.
Yeah, the dream becoming quite the post guru in his retirement days because he was clearly one of the best we've seen in the league. Kobe's been to him. LeBron spent time with him. Dwight Howard. That says a lot about him, but also them, that they would seek him out for help.
No good from D.
Man, that's a shot you can't pass up. He should knock that down.
Brown, the pass to Dragic. Gortat with the screen for Dragic. Pass to Gortat. Back to Dragic. Brown outside. 6 to shoot. Excellent D there from George.
Hey, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Phoenix leading by 8. Back to Butler. Tipped. Hill passes to D. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The first one falls. Both free throws good from D. The Suns have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Outside Dragic. Passes it to Butler. Backing down. The feed to Morris. There's the dish to Dragic. Kicks to Morris. Gets the front of the rim and out.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
And taken away by Brown. Now here's Dragic, the fast break opportunity.
Hammer time! Wow. Hammer time! And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
D passes to West, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Boy, taking it hard to the rack for the big throwdown.
And give an unofficial assist, Clark, to his teammate for setting the screen that freed him up.
Yeah, good call, Kevin. That was really the key to the play.
Dragic off the pick from Gortat. 6 on the shot clock, and the basket good. And the Suns lead by 8.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Back to George. There's the triple. Rebounded by Dragic.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bagels in the second.
Morris, no good. For Indiana, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Hibbert with the screen. Great D that time from Gortat. Suns leading by 8. He hits Brown with the drive. Shoots. David West grabs the miss. West has got 5 rebounds tonight. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Butler attacking. Gortat dishes to Dragic. Right side Dragic. He feeds it to Morris. Fires the 3. The Pacers pull it in. George has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
There's the pass to D. The kick out to Hill from outside the arc. And that is good. Hill's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Boy, he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap from the defense.
Up top, Dragic. He's guarded by Hill. Dragic kicks to Brown. Launches it. Shot's good. And the Suns lead by 8.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this.
From deep, George. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And 12 points for Paul George.
Another good look there, and that's his second three-pointer of the game.
Dragic kicks to Butler. Dragic against Hill. George hits back to Hill. Pass to D. Hibbert with the screen. Here's D. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. D's got 8 points in the quarter.
And that is clutch shooting, making the most of his opportunities here in the fourth.
And it's Dragic off the drive. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, guys, Goran Dragic signed to a big 4-year contract by the Phoenix Suns last season. Really has played well. He's crafty, he's clever, he's got good size, can finish at the basket, and also can shoot the three. He's a lot of fun to watch.
Hill against Dragic. Passes it to D. Hibbert with a screen on Butler. Left side, George. Plenty of space. It's hauled in by Brown. And Dragic actually drafted by the Suns back in 2008 with a second-round pick. And, Steve, you know a little bit about him. They had the good sense to bring him back.
I did draft him, Kevin, and a guy we liked for a long time before that draft. He's turned into an excellent player. The Suns brought him back after losing Steve Nash. And for a team looking to build and go young, he's been a good fit. You know, their three-point shooting since halftime is about as good as you could possibly ask for, guys.
Now's the time to put the pedal to the metal, boys. Keep firing those deep balls and build that lead up.
And the shot is good. 14 points for Hill.
Clearly, he's shaken off that cold shooting performance of the first half.
Suns lead by 6. Now Dragic feeds it to Brown. He dishes it to Gortat. Takes the 13-footer. Gortat against Hill. He kicks it to West. D. Indiana moving it around. And George, here we go. Here's D. And the Pacers another three.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts. And the complexion of the game as a result may change.
1:30 left in the game. Dragic the pass to Gortat. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got his 7th assist in the game. Outside Hill. Back to West. Fades away. Here's D. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
Big call, Kevin. He just didn't get there quick enough, and that's a tough break.
Shooting Indiana. Shooting one.
That's good from D.
Boy, what a great and one right there. These are the kind of plays that win you basketball games, guys.
Dragic against Hill. Dragic kicks to Butler. Dishes it to Morris. Outside Dragic. Shot clock at 5.
Ooh, a pressure basket right there.
Now that's coming through in the clutch.
Hill kicks to George. There's the pick. Takes the 3. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Dragic kicks to Morris for 3. Can't get it to go. And Indiana will come the other way. Here is Hill. Now here is George. Hibbert with a screen on Butler. D passes to George. The three won't fall. So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
Nobody.
Your coach was quoted as saying after the game that the team was really broken up about tonight's loss. In fact, he said a couple of the guys were even crying about it in the locker room afterwards. What do you have to say about that?
I think you guys are reading into it a little too much. Always trying to make a story out of something even when there's nothing there. Look, I don't want to put words in the coach's mouth, but I think he was just trying to relay the fact that this team is full of competitors. It's not a happy locker room when we lose a game, especially a close one like this. We're going to bounce back, I know that much, but sometimes it takes a little while to recover before you can get ready for the next one.